Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to another car chat with Shar. So in today's video, I'll be talking to you all about obedience, what it means to be obedient, and how can we go about listening to God's commands. So the scripture I want to start off with is Deuteronomy 11:27, and it says, "You will be blessed if you obey the commands of the Lord your God that I am giving you today." So that scripture stands out to me because we don't often realize it, but if we follow after God's commands and do what he tells us to do, we just don't know the many blessings that we're setting ourselves up for. So I want to share that with you all. So I'm going to do a quick story time so that you guys can get an idea of where this topic stemmed from. So I do rideshare, which means I get to meet a lot of different people throughout the day. One particular day, I met a couple who were from Boston. So they flew down to Baltimore so that they could purchase a school bus, as they were going to be living out of the school bus, like a mobile home, and they were going to be driving it back to Boston. So I met them. They were great people. We had great conversation, and they ended up tipping me a $10 bill. So of course, me, if you know me, I'm so appreciative. So I'm like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That was that. So I ended up going to get my nails done. Went into the salon. I ended up tipping my nail tech that same $10 that I received from them. I tipped him with it, not with the intentions on thinking I was going to get something in return, but simply tipping them because I was just rewarded for my good services. So I thought, why not reward someone else for their good services? So I did just that, got back in my car, and before I pulled off, something told me to turn around, straighten up my back seat. And as I turned around, I saw a cell phone on the seat, and it was ringing. So I ended up answering the phone, and it was the couple. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, Shar, thank you so much for answering. We've been trying to get in contact with you." So I'm like, "Hey, like, let me know where you're located so that I could bring you your phone." So they were so sweet. They were about 20 or 30 minutes away from where I was. So I ended up meeting up with them to give them their cell phone back. So once I got there, they ended up giving me $25 in cash. I'm like, "Thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate it. Like, that's crazy." So as I was on my way back home, I'm crying. At this point, I'm crying because I'm just so overwhelmed. And I'm just so grateful that I listened to God. Like, I know he told me to give it back, but it was just the idea of, dang, like, God, I hear you. Like, you just moved. It was so much bigger than me just giving and receiving, but it was just a simple fact that I had no clue I was going to be meeting back up with them. I had no clue that they were going to give me more than what they gave me the first time. So it just really showed me that when you obey God's commands and do what he tells you to do, you have so many more blessings waiting ahead of you that you don't even realize. So another scripture I want to share with you all is 1 Samuel 1:11. It talks about when Hannah was praying to God to give her a son. And her prayer was like, "God, if you give me a son, I will give him back to you." And she made a vow saying, "Lord Almighty, if you will only look on your servant's misery and remember me and not forget your servant, but give her a son, then I will give him to the Lord for all the days of his life." So that was the first verse. And then, of course, the Lord blessed her with a son. She gave the Lord to him. And 1 Samuel 2:21 says, "And the Lord was gracious to Hannah. She gave birth to 3 sons and 2 daughters," which means not only did he bless her with Samuel, but he blessed her with 5 more children. So that just goes to show you that God is willing to bless you above what we could ask, think, or imagine. So as you're moving forward, I encourage you to not be selfish and do things your way, but simply just think of God when it comes to giving, when it comes to asking. But just knowing, like, God really wants to bless you, but he also wants to know that he can trust you. If he can trust you with small amounts, then he's able to multiply your blessings. As it was shown in my situation, he was able to trust me with $10. He gave me 10. I gave it right back. And then he ended up blessing me with 25. So just remember that. Think of giving. Think of putting others before yourself, because God will provide for you. Even if you can't see it at the moment, or, "Oh, if I give all of my quarters away now, what will I have?" Don't worry about what you will have, because God is a way maker. So yeah, I hope that encouraged someone. Put others before yourself, and don't be afraid to give back what you've been given. Hope you guys enjoyed this car chat. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.